What's going on, boys? NealGuides here. Welcome back to another video. 7 quick tips to instantly improve your weekend league result. Now we're going to start with the first underrated thing that everyone thinks they're doing, but they're not. The L1 trigger. The most important thing, as you can see here, the L1 trigger. Son makes a run going forward. I do a 1-2 backwards. As you can see, Dembele makes a run going for watch. That then pushes his whole defensive line backwards. That gives more space to Son, but Son's not in a position to shoot. You see that? So what do I do again? The L1 trigger. Everyone knows this, and I'm telling you, if you want to really get to that elite rank, you really want to be a top rank 1 player, L1 triggers all the time. That way you can push a player in direction, then you can beat the defender, and then you can take a shot towards goal. Probably should have gone across goal there, but you can see if I never did any of these L1 triggers, my players would have stood there, done nothing. But the L1 triggers, they push them forward, the skill move takes him, and then I create the 1v1. That is, of course, the most important thing. Number 2 we're going to go over is shot type. Now, it depends on what type of shots you want to do, but there is some secrets to shoot. Now, there is a new meta, which is actually called the finesse shot meta. The chip shot meta, should I say. The finesse shot meta has gone, but the chip shot meta is there. If you want to learn how to do that, by the way, do check out my Patreon series. But it's all about positioning. Remember, when you're taking a shot towards goal, positioning is the most important thing. If you need to, wait for your opponent's goalkeeper. Don't just rush. So take your type of shot, but let's say, for example, if your goalkeeper is coming out and then he's standing still, he moves his goalkeeper, just watch the goalkeeper, because everyone misses the goalkeeper. If the goalkeeper moves the opposite way, take a shot on the opposite angle and then take a chance towards goal. So the main thing is slowing down when you get to the goal. Stop running when you get in that situation, like here. And that situation, focus on the goalkeeper now. I'm not looking at Son, I'm looking at the goalkeeper. I see him with the goalkeeper, and if I chip him, the goalkeeper won't get back in time. So that is the key. Always watch the goalkeeper. Now, on the topic of goalkeepers, one thing you have to also remember is goalkeeper movement. Now, sometimes you're going to be in a situation where your opponent gets through. You got to be smart enough to use goalkeeper movement. But the big mistake is only use goalkeeper movement if you are beaten. That means if your final defender has gone ahead, not earlier, unless he's taken a shot outside the box. If you're in a 1v1 situation, you defend the angle towards goal first, because people, they're too busy worrying about doing goalkeeper movement when they still got to defend. Don't press triangle, leave everything as it is, defend with the player first. When that defender is done, then you can make a choice. I never press the triangle button. I never bring the goalkeeper out. I take into account where the player is, where the goal is. And sometimes, for example, like here, is a very low chance going to take a shot towards the near post. So I move my goalkeeper down to defend the angle towards the near post, the far post angle, because the near post is already there. And you can see there, just enough for me to touch the ball. Had I not moved the goalkeeper there, it would have been a goal. But you see, first of all, I worry about defending first. Once I get beaten, I make a mistake, then I use goalkeeper movement to save me. So never before, only once your back four is beaten, then you should be using goalkeeper movement. Otherwise, you'll be too busy concentrating on goalkeeper movement when you should be actually defending. I just want to say, if you do want to get better at FIFA, I do have a paid, advanced, in-depth FIFA School Series. This is for all levels of those that want to improve in FIFA. This is different from YouTube videos. It's in a progressive learning system where all the videos go completely in-depth with examples and explanations. You won't find these videos on my YouTube channel, and these go beyond the scope of typical YouTube videos. They are very elaborate, in-depth videos in a structured format explaining what you need to do one by one incrementally. So come join hundreds of others in a mature audience community for those looking to get better at FIFA. Patreon.com/NealGuides. Link is down below in the description. Of course, I have all of my previous year's videos that still apply to this year, and I have new videos for FIFA 22 being frequently released, and it's already there already, and new ones coming out to adjust to the patches. It's a complete money back guarantee as well, so if you don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund your money. That is a NealGuides guarantee. Patreon.com/NealGuides. But anyway, back to the video. The next thing I wanted to go over is make sure 100% you're taking a touch into the safe area. The most common mistake I see with every single player is when they get the ball in this region, they for some reason feel the need to take a touch going forward. If you're in the final third or you're outside the box and there's a chance for you to take a shot towards goal, I understand. But in midfield, you should always be taking a touch. Where should you be taking a touch? If you're watching this right now, imagine this is a clock, this is 12, this is 6. Where should you be taking a touch? If you said anywhere between 9 to 6 in this region, yes, ideally the safest place is 7. Why? It's because your body shifts with the left-hand side. That way your body protects your opponents from tackling the ball, and the ball is safe. You can see here when I try taking a touch even downwards, directly downwards, you can see my opponent very easily got the ball. This is the most common way people always give the ball away. So make sure 100% they always take a touch into safety. And on that note, we're going to go over the next one is aggressive defending. Now, I'm not saying you should sit back and defend the entire game, but there's a chance for you to be defending. If your opponent takes a heavy touch or he is taking a really bad position, you can always be aggressive and be very aggressive, I suppose you can say, but be situational. If there's, of course, someone running in behind over here, you don't want to be running forward, you mean running backwards here. But if you do run forward, as you can see, when I am being aggressive, I'm also cutting that pass. So you see I'm running towards him to force him to turn the ball around so I can react. So if you are going to be aggressive, make sure you're aware of your surroundings. By positioning Walker over there, that meant that he couldn't make a pass to any one of these two players. So yes, I was aggressive, but I never did it aimlessly. I made sure when I was aggressive that when he got the ball, I realized there's a player behind me, in front of me, into the danger area there, and there's a player there. This guy, I want him to pass the ball over there, not to the other two players running in behind. So you can see I very safely wait for the opportunity. Once opportunity persists, I then go towards him and I defend the angle towards goal, but I mark the passing lane to stop the pass going forward. The next thing is, of course, when you're pressing is to make sure you know when to run back. There has to be a reason to press. And if you've only got one CDM backwards, what should you be doing every single time is be running backwards. Do not check your back line, do not switch to them, and do not try to run out. You can see here is when I won the ball back with Fred. Now, if we rewind it in this game, this guy was playing very slow, very progressive. So I decided, okay, you know what? I need to be ultra offensive here just because I didn't like him holding the ball. So I decided to press towards him. Just for reference, my circle button is teammate contain, not R1. Then when I make the aggressive press with my center mid here, I've only got one CDM defending 4 players. My job should not be to run forward here, it should be to run back. So you can see, for example, here, I realize I'm in trouble, so I run back, and here I just run back that way. I try to get in front of the ball, get a bit unlucky then. I try to run in front of the ball again. Then when I'm in position in front of the ball, then I make the tackle. You see, I don't go behind. A lot of players here, they'll try to go behind, make a tackle. I'm in front of him, blocking the pass lane to the striker, and then I'm making a tackle. So if you do be aggressive, make sure you run back with your last CDM. You cannot be aggressive, because if he scores now, it's 3-2 and possibly game over. Now, the next one I want to go over is driven passes. Yes, they're effective, but too many of you guys are overusing it. It's the reason why I say don't use it, because everyone just starts spamming driven pass like here. There's no need for a driven pass, but you can see here, if that was a bit of a deviated angle, the ball could have gone away. A simple X pass is fine. A driven pass should only be used in a situation like this. You see, for example, like here, where there is a long way to make a pass and there's potential players that can get the ball, then you use driven pass. But don't forget, when you're building up, only do it from your CDMs to your strikers. Don't get the ball with your cam and do a driven pass to your other striker. Why? It's because you can't do a 1-2. Remember, you can't make the player make a run in behind who makes the pass. So you're better off doing 1-2s between all these guys. And if you've got to do a driven pass, you do it with either your back 4 to the wide position, or you do it with your CDMs to your strikers. Remember, do not overuse this. Now, going over the 2 final things. If you make a mistake and you know you're in trouble and you're losing, you have to run backwards. You cannot run forward and be aggressive here, because everyone seems to do this when they get frustrated. And I know you're sitting here saying, hey, no, I don't do this. But the truth is you do. And especially when you're frustrated. If you run forward here, you have lost the battle. You have to run back and react. And if there's a situation where the opponent is right behind you, do not make the mistake that everyone seems to do and try to pass the ball out. If someone is this close, even this far away from you, the ball's going to rebound off them. They're going to get the ball and they're going to score. In this situation, if I'm losing already 2-1, it's going to be 3-1. That's game over. If you're ever unsure, pass it back to the goalkeeper and just smack it out if you're in trouble. Now, if you've got, of course, the intelligence and understanding of the game to dribble out, of course you can do that. But if you're ever in trouble, just literally lob the ball out with a simple square and you should be fine. That's all you have to do. Nothing too complicated. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. This is, of course, the top 7 quick techniques that can instantly improve your gameplay. Don't forget to add these in, because everyone says they do them, but truth is, at the end of the day, everyone, they just forget. So make sure you don't forget. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. These are the most basic things, but yet the most things that are the most commonly forgotten that elite players do, of course, every single time. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy, and of course, I'll catch you next time. Peace out.